Before the dungeon, they were a family. Mara was Rook and Vex's adoptive mother and first trainer. She raised them as brother and sister. 7 years ago, Vex crossed a forbidden seal. Mara pushed her back to safety, but vanished inside.
I froze at the threshold.
She disappeared, saving me. I'm going in.
Then you're not going alone.
Now 12 trials stand between the siblings and the truth.
I was wrong.
I won. Open the gate.
Rook lost $100. Vex made 100. Same starting account, same position, same risk.
Assessment complete. Different outcomes. Identical mistake.
Rook and Vex do not.
Her record has said failed for 7 years. Unresolved does not mean alive.
Not anymore. It does not mean dead. 12 trials. 12 chances to find her.
Or 12 pieces of bait. I did not say no.
Mara found them separately, raised them as family, and trained them together. The night she vanished, Vex crossed a forbidden seal. Rook stopped at the threshold. Mara pushed Vex back to safety, then disappeared inside the forge.
Can you predict the market?
No, prediction is not the purpose. Survival under uncertainty is. Archive claim recognized. 12 trials stand between the candidates and the strategy forge. Each cleared trial may release one verified fragment from candidate Mara's record, removed by its author. Trial 1. Survive the leverage gate.
Account HP represents capital. Discipline records the quality of the process chosen before the outcome. Risk corruption records impulsive sizing, broken rules, and unmanaged exposure.
Incorrect. Profit changes capital. Profit does not certify discipline. A candidate controls the plan. A candidate does not control which uncertain outcome arrives next.
Five times leverage. $5,000 position. The stop is only 2% away.
We still have not decided how much of the account we can afford to lose.
The stop is 2%. That is the risk.
2% of what?
And one loss made you afraid of every door. You froze at the last gate. Do not do it here.
Rook did not enter because the numbers convinced him. He entered because Vex challenged who he believed he was.
I was wrong.
I won. Open the gate.
Assessment complete. Different outcomes. Identical mistake.
I knew it. I cannot trust myself, or the market rewarded your mistake.
You cannot. I can. That sounds like fear pretending to be wisdom.
Candidate Rook, controlled by a previous loss. Candidate Vex, controlled by a previous profit. Archive access denied. Correct the failed calculation.
Price moved only 2%. How did I lose 10% of the account?
Freeze the outcome and separate the numbers. Account size is the capital in this simulated account, $1,000. Position value is the exposure Rook controlled, 5,000. Leverage describes the relationship between exposure and the margin supporting it. Stop distance is the move from the $100 entry to the $98 stop. First, find the number of units. $5,000 of position, value divided by the $100 entry, equals 50 units. Second, find the risk per unit. 100 minus 98 equals $2. Third, multiply. 50 units times $2 is a $100 planned gross loss if the stop executes near the planned price. The market moved only 2%, but 2% of a $5,000 position is $100, 10% of this account.
I was watching the distance to the stop.
but not the size of the position reaching it.
And my 50 units carried the same $100 loss. Price simply moved the other way.
The dungeon uses 1% here as a conservative training illustration. It is not a magic number or a universal recommendation. A real risk limit depends on the trader, strategy, volatility, goals, and ability to absorb loss.
Allowed loss first, then the position.
Calculate.
So the position begins with what I can afford to lose, not what I hope to make.
Planned loss is not guaranteed realized loss. Fees, spread, slippage, funding, imperfect fills, and platform rules can increase the actual cost.
A stop is a risk control instruction. It is not a promise of an exact exit price.
Margin is the capital a platform requires to support a leveraged position. It is not the position's full value, and it is not automatically the maximum planned loss. In this simplified comparison, if all three positions enter at 100 and exit at 98, the price-based loss is $10 in each case before costs. Margin changed, exposure did not. Actual margin and liquidation rules vary by product and platform. Leverage can make larger exposure accessible. Position size determines how much exposure you actually take.
Using it to control 5 times the account without checking the loss was the mistake.
No leverage number is safe without context. Leverage opened the door. Position size decided how much danger entered. Viewer trial. Choose the position that uses the full illustrative loss budget without exceeding it.
Lock your answer, you have 8 seconds.
$25 units makes the most if it wins.
And loses $50 at the stop, more than twice the allowed loss.
Answer B. $20 divided by $2 equals 10 units.
5 units would risk only $10 and remain below the cap, but B is the choice that uses the full $20 illustrative budget. 25 units exceeds it.
Plan, lock the decision before uncertainty is revealed.
10 divided by 2, 5 units. Planned gross loss, approximately $10.
Momentum is building. The ignition pattern is real.
Confidence is not a unit of position size.
I followed the calculation, and I still lost. It did not control the outcome.
I won.
Profit detected, discipline not detected. Your profit is real, so is your uncontrolled risk.
I made 5 times what he lost. Why does he pass?
Your profit is real, so is your uncontrolled risk. One trade cannot prove that either strategy has an edge. Remove the names. Which sizing decision would you willingly repeat 100 times?
His decision, not his outcome.
The compass does not predict direction. It measures what failure will cost before the journey begins.
Protection from my own decisions. I am not leaving you on the wrong side of another gate.
Before a trade, define where the idea becomes invalid. Decide the amount the account may lose. Calculate risk per unit. Size the position from that allowed loss. Then judge the process separately from one outcome. The goal is not to make uncertainty disappear. It is to decide what uncertainty is allowed to cost.
My children, if you found this, the ledger called my record a failure. It was not. I removed the final page. I am alive. Whatever happens, do not open the strategy forge.
Contradiction. The verified record contains no such message.
That move has already started. We need to enter now.
We do not have an entry plan.